Hi everybody, Bald&curious here. A little windy today, but think I'll come out here and kind of do a versus video since people kind of like them. And we're gonna do a B365 Xmacro, right? Versus FN509 CC Edge. Now, I'll annotate the specs as far as the weight and all that goes, but let's start with the basics. So Xmacro comes with a 17 round magazine, slim 17 round magazine, of course 10 round in this state. FN comes with a free state with a 12 round magazine that's like this, and a 15 round magazine that's like this. Obviously both 10 rounds in this common state. Now the biggest thing you find on the both guns is that Xmacro has a full-size grip. Even though it's a you want to call it compact or whatever, it has a full-size grip. Although that kind of messes things up because the mag sticks out that much, so they couldn't make the magazine flush fit. On the other hand, it will make the reloads a breeze, so you have to be a judge of that. It boils down to size of your body and size of your hands. The FN, however, the 10 round mags or 12 round just don't make sense, because even with that pinky extension, you can't get, I can barely get half the pinky on the gun. With the 15 round magazine, yes, you can get a full purchase. It even sticks out a little more. But for the life of me, I don't understand why the companies do that. Why don't you make a flush fit magazine on a flush fit frame? Why couldn't the frame be up to here and then have a little tiny extension on the magazine so you actually have a full hand? It doesn't change the way it concealed, because if this goes in your pants, you worry about this printing. So if this would be over another quarter inch, it wouldn't make any difference. So FN, I don't know what the hell your engineers are doing with it. Kudos for the comp, although I think the comp itself is not doing as much as the actual 15 round magazine that gives you a lot more leverage. That's just me. Xmacro comes with yeah, they call it a building comp, but I'm gonna call a BS on that. It's at the best maybe like a muzzle brake, you can call it, or something, because real comp is attached to the barrel. So this is similar to if you ever seen like a 1911s that have a instead of bushing, they actually have a comp with the bushing built into it. It really just adds a couple ounces to the end of the barrel, but that's about it. So same thing goes with this. Your barrel ends over here. I mean, this might help a little bit, but I don't think it's worth it. With the Xmacro version, it's not that bad because the price is not as staggering as a 365 Spectre Comp, and that's what this gun started as, 365 Spectre Comp, and then I took the frame, now the grip module, and took my other 365 XL. I swapped the things around. I gave it to my son because Xmacro has a nicer grips, and put the upper and the FCU into new grip module. So kudos to Sig. I mean, they're kind of leading the innovation in grip modulars and FCU units. I mean, you got one pin over here, you got drive out, and you can change this gun all the way around. Now, this gun is a lot narrower opposed to FN, as you can tell. This one is milled for RMSC footprint, and you can tell even this 507K sticks out about 1/8 of an inch. This one comes with a bunch of different plates. Right now, optics off because my 507C bit the dust, but that's a video for another. That's a topic for another video. And so I actually got it fixed. It's gonna go back on it, and I still not kind of decide. Like, if I'd be living in a free state, I'd take this in a heartbeat because it's slimmer, it shoots like a bigger gun, and you carry 2 more rounds in a magazine. This is kind of blocky, and until you have that 15 round mag in, it doesn't really feel like a gun, to be honest. Which is not that big of a deal because you gotta have a magazine in a gun to use it. But if you want to carry it with this for extra concealability, I don't know. Now let's see how they stack up on top of each other. So you can tell how much longer the grip on Xmacro is. If FN did the same, actually I should compare it with the magazine. If FN did the same and Sig would make the magazine flush with the grip, it will be almost the same length. However, once you put a 15 round magazine in the FN, actually the 15 round magazine, they're about the same grip length. Obviously, different slides because FN has a 3.5 inch barrel plus a comp. Both sport that gold barrel, was it nitride coated or whatever you call it. So let's shoot a couple of rounds. Let's just, for the hell of it, let's shoot a couple of rounds. I'm gonna throw. I got this new Sony camera. It does slow-mo. I don't have a super slow-mo. My daughter stole my phone, so hopefully I can do something about it. But we'll see. We'll see what this camera does, and you guys be the judge. Which gun is flatter shooting? I really gotta start bringing better ammo. Don't beat me up. This is just a practice ammo. I don't case gauge. I don't. This is the B stuff that doesn't pass case gauge for the competition. Now let's see the FN. And FN does not like this ammo. I won't even bother. Let me go grab another box. I have to say the one thing I found out, the Sig is a lot less picky on the ammo. Same goes for my Zev X-Carry. My X5 Legion is a little picky on the primers. He likes the Federal more than some crappy primers. Although it was pretty good with those Gen X primers, so that's good. FN, I'm guessing because of the comp, it needs a little hotter ammo. And funny thing is, the only difference between this and this, that this is a full metal jacket and this is coated bullets. It's the same load and everything, same length, but I think this will run. No, I guess full metal jacket sneaked in there. I'm not gonna blame the gun because I know that with the comp you need a little bit, just a tad hotter loads. These practice loads are not really that much, but again, I would like the gun to run pretty much anything because we had a Glock shadow system. It was MR920, whichever I had on the channel, with the Ramjet afterburner, and that thing ran everything without changing the springs, without messing anything. So for the money you pay for this, it shouldn't have a problem run anything that this gun runs. So that's kind of downfall of the gun. I like the fact that Sig brought the regular 1930 Picatinny rail, so you can put any lights on it. You don't need any special lights. You don't need any like regular 365 had a proprietary rail, so there was only a handful of lights unless you go with the Sig light on the market. Also, you got more variety with the magazines, I guess, because you can take a 15 round magazines, put a 10 round base plate, and they will fit. Kind of funky, but they will fit in a gun. So, and they will work. So that's a big plus. One of the downsides of both guns is Magazines are really hard to find, and these 15 round magazines are ridiculously expensive. These are like $85 a piece. I think these are about 45, but you know, usually they're kind of hard to find as well. So you can't go wrong with either gun. Yes, this needs a little more better ammo. You know, it's a little bit bigger, but I think the comp kind of works a little better. Plus, the heavier slide and everything gives you a little more control. But I don't think it justifies the cost opposed to a Xmacro, because Xmacro still feels awesome in the hand. It feels like a full-size gun. Still easy to conceal. The fact how thin it is, it just makes it disappear. Even when you go Mexican style, which I don't recommend. The fact that you can get full hand on it and you still have plenty of room for support hand. You're limited to the optics because you have to use you know, RMSC footprint, so there's gonna be smaller window. Might need to practice a little bit. This you can put a full-size optic, and it comes a bunch of different plates, so you got wide variety of optics you can put on it, and it has a like a suppressor height sight, so they co-witness. This, I mean, you can still see the sights. I don't know how it shows up. You can still see the top of the front sight, so if your sights go down, you can still use whatever's left there and it'll work. They sort of co-witness. I mean, it's small, but it's also a small gun. Trigger pull is reset. I'm gonna give FN a little bit of the edge. I think it's got a little nicer, crisper trigger, and show the reset. Opposed to the Sig, but not by much. So let's go check out that group. Oh, I got one flyer, but that's a pretty decent group out of the little gun. Let's try the FN. Hopefully we can get through the mag without a problem. This doesn't have a dot, so let's see if I can still shoot the iron sights. Not happy about this. Let's go take a look. Oof, all over the place. Way to the left, but I showed you in the video that rear sight's kind of drift adjustable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got all of them, but basically opposed to this, I got two flyers and I got a little bigger group. So yeah, I would kind of call it a draw because it was dot versus the fiber optic. Let's see the 10 round magazine. That makes difference. Well, it ran better with the 10 round magazine. We only had the one stovepipe at the end, but yeah, all the shots are to the left, so I definitely have to mess with the sight. And I showed you that before. You can do this. Look, it just drifts by hand. I'm not a huge fan of that on a $1,200 gun. Everybody says, oh, I should send it back, blah blah blah. I'm not that concerned about it because once the dot's in there, it seems to be holding in place, but definitely not something you expect. Alright, kind of Hail Mary, but let's see if we can hit a 100-yard target. Three out of 10, I'll take that out of this little gun. So that was a Sig. Now let's see if FN can do something. I doubt it because those sights are all over the place. And I only have iron sights, but let's give it a shot. Let's see. Can't even see what I'm hitting. I hit the little target on the right, not the one I aimed at. Uh-oh. Just wanted to make sure I don't have a squib. Sounded weird. Alright, so Sig 3, FN 0, but Sig had a dot. And FN's got a sight, so you're kind of aiming up in the air, and that's one of the reasons why I really like 3 MOA even in the competition. I prefer 3 MOA over the 6 because it's a finer dot. You can actually aim. Like the steel I'm aiming is only, I don't know, 7 by 10, 7 by 11, so you can actually aim at that steel. With the iron sights, you know, like these, it's kind of tough because you're covering the whole target, so you're kind of just guessing where it's gonna go. That's about all I have. I'm not gonna pick the winner because this is really subjective. Me personally, I really prefer this opposed to the FN, and in a free state I'd probably carry this opposed to the FN, although I think FN's got a advantage because you can use any 509 magazines in it as well, but then you kind of, with the bigger magazines, everything, you turn into full size gun. Even with this barrel and everything, I don't know. You really, if you put a 15-round magazine and all that, you kind of stepping into 2011-ish territory, you know, staccato and all that. So you might be better off, although you're talking double the money still. But if you're a striker fight guy, you can't go wrong with either gun. So tell me what you think, guys. Hopefully the wind didn't mess up the audio completely on this video. And if you like this kind of video, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, have fun and keep shooting. Keep shooting dots on 2 different guns.